Gillian Robertson goes out and fights Maycee Barber. Now, Maycee unintentionally, I believe, has done a very brilliant thing. For sure, she's done a brilliant thing. But I don't know that that was her plan. Look, she just came out and said, I want to be the youngest world champion the sport has ever seen. That record currently goes to John Jones. I want to come out and beat John Jones's record. Well, that's an angle you can run with. That's an angle if you're a promotion you can run with. That's an angle that if you're a member of the media, you can't help but report. That's an angle that if you're a fan, you can't help to remember. So that's an angle if you're Maycee Barber and you remain undefeated that you are very likely to be afforded the opportunity. And frankly, you deserve it. If you are willing to take the courage that would come with the embarrassment of coming out and saying, here is my dream. Here is my goal. Here is what I am sacrificing for. What automatically happens, it's not people get on board and go, okay, cool, let's do this. I want to see someone break that record. It's the opposite. People don't want to see other people be happy. People don't want to see other people succeed. So she automatically puts herself in a spot where people are cheering against her. She walked out on the mound with the courage of Babe Ruth to point to everybody and say, that's where I'm going to hit the ball. If I don't, I will look like a fool. If I do, the spoils go to me. It's a tremendous courage. And for me, I can't help but appreciate, notice, and respect it. And she has come out and been nothing short of flawless. By the way, she's rapidly getting better. By the way, I do not know that I have seen anybody with that kind of power. Guys, I think of Amanda Nunes. And before you tell me, and you'd have a great argument to talk about the Bullets, you'd have a great argument to talk about Cyber. You could definitely throw some other names back in my face. But when I'm talking about her power, not only am I seeing very hard shots, and not only with one part of her body, a lot of the great strikers are with one part of their body, boom, they got those hands. But they'll use the kicks to set them up. They get into the kike of, they'll knee you to death. But their elbows and other things aren't all that good. I am seeing her throw knees to the body. I am seeing her throw chops, leg kicks. I am seeing her throw punches, lefts and rights, and hooks and uppercuts. They all sting. They're all nasty. They're all mean. And she also is very aggressive, which is another reason I tie her into Amanda. She's aggressive. She looks like she'd rather punch you in the face than shake your hand if she had her choice. Hey, Maycee, do you want to meet this person or do you want to fight this person? Oh, I'll fight him. Thank you for asking. Yeah, when do I do that? She looks like that out there. She looks like one of those few athletes that's enjoying her job. I think it's a very scary thing. I think also when you hear of the reputation, we hear what her coaches and her fellow teammates are saying about her in terms of her work ethic, in terms of her desire, in terms of her discipline. Then when you factor in the youth, when you factor in the drive, and there's something very real about having a drop-dead date. Very real about it. Some coaches preach it. Many coaches will tell athletes, this is your last year. You're done after this year. This is it. Your absolute last year. And what they're trying to do is just create a sense of urgency. So many athletes will come in and the media go, well, you're young and you have time. What a crappy outlook is that? Well, you're young and you have time. What a loser's outlook is that? I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where any coach would do that. Why would you ever do that? I was on a team in college, and it seemed that every single year this was the excuse by somebody else on the team in college. Well, we're a young team. The guys on the team are looking around going, compared to who? It's only 4 years. What's the difference in a freshman to a senior? Who gives a goddamn? 3, 4, a sophomore to a, what's the difference? I'm not going to use that excuse either way. When I'm a senior, I'm going to overlook the freshman. Well, he can't beat me. He's too young. When I'm a freshman, I'm going to dismiss his It's a 4-year period. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But you got to have urgency because your clock is ticking. And I think when you look at somebody like Maycee, you look at the skills, you look at the meanness, but I think there's something special to the mindset, and I think it was done on accident. I think she came out and it was a fun thing to say at one point. And pretty soon it became real, and pretty soon it caught on. And if you'd all believe in the laws of attraction, I'll let you decide if you do or not, but all of a sudden, she's got a deadline. She has to get this done. She is not looking at it as though I am X years old and I have X amount of years left. So therefore, I'm going to skip practice today. Therefore, this fight doesn't matter. If I get off track in this fight, I can always get back on board. I'm so young. The words of so many men, and I mean human, that have failed. But the ones with courage go on to be champions. I'm seeing that courage in her. I'm seeing something gritty in her, and I'm also seeing improvements in her.
His cross is like a freight train. He moves just like a dancer. Before you ask a question, he already knows the answer. He's never lost, he cannot fail. And that's the facts of Uncle Chael. Say okay, great, to far and wide. You're welcome here.